Good evening. The television and radio stations of the United States and their affiliated stations are proud to provide facilities for a discussion of issues in the current political campaign by the two major candidates for the presidency. The candidates need no introduction. The Republican candidate, Vice President Richard M. Nixon, and the Democratic candidate, Senator John F. Kennedy.
Senator Kennedy, this question is for you. What is the role of the president?
Well, that's a great question there, Quincy. The president is someone that needs to be a strong leader that the rest of the world could see as an example. Since this country is the greatest example of democracy, we must continue to have success. And the only way for this to happen is with a strong president in the office.
Vice President Nixon, your response?
Well, obviously, I agree with everything Senator Kennedy has said about a strong leader, but I think that the most important thing for a president to have is the trust of the people. They need to be able to believe in me. Bullshit. Excuse me. But yes, trust is the most important trait for a president.
The next question is from Mr. Ranjit from Ellis Island. Ask your question, sir. Hello. Thank you very much. I just wanted to know what your view on immigration was. It is, I know, a problem in the country. So just what do you plan on doing about it?
Well, Rajiv, my homie, I feel that you immigrants, I mean, not to be offensive, but you immigrants are destroying the American way. And if we keep letting these Mexicans and these Europeans and even these goddamn Canadians into our country, we'll no longer be America.
Senator Kennedy, your rebuttal, please.
Well, first of all, I could not disagree more with what Vice President Nixon had to say. We need to open the borders even more. What makes America the greatest country on earth is that it's a melting pot of Latinos, Chinese, all these immigrants just make America what it is. And that's why we need to keep these borders open, eliminate quotas, and get back to why America is the greatest, because of its diversity.
Finally, what do you wish to tell the American people?
I'm glad you asked that, Mr. Moderator. When I was campaigning in my great home state of Massachusetts, I met this man, Lieutenant Keith Woods, and he is the greatest story of what it means to be an American. Born with nothing, he worked his way up through the ranks, tirelessly working, staying up late at night. He worked so hard, and now he's a great military leader. And that is what this country is all about.
All right, your closing remarks, Vice President Nixon?
Me? Well, I feel that there's a lot that I need to say to the American people about who I am. I'm so sorry. Who I am as a person and what a great president I would be. I have the experience. I was a vice president to Eisenhower, who may not endorse me so much, but I did a great job, and thank you.
Kennedy, do solemnly swear.
I, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, do solemnly swear.
That you will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
That I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of your ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Thank you. Hello, my fellow Americans. We are here today in a celebration of freedom. Yes, thank you. And recognizing a great journey that lies ahead. Yes, thank you. While I appreciate your adoration for me, I've been alerted that for the sake of time, we're going to have to tone down the applause. Yeah, thank you. In the long history of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger. I do not shrink from this responsibility. In fact, I welcome it. I do not believe that any of us would exchange places with any other people or any other generation. The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will light our country and all who serve it. And the glow from that fire can truly light the world. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Thank you. Thank you.
The assault has begun on the dictatorship of Fidel Castro.
She's definitely a 10.
Okay, fourth
She's
pause.
a 10. No,
It's not a 4.
No, okay, she's a dime.
like a 7.
She's a dime.
Okay.
Come on, give it to me.
So
Hey,
easy.
That's bad.
Okay.
All right, listen up. I'm Lieutenant Keith Woods. You can call me Chief Keith, and I'll be leading you guys today. Here's the deal. We're going to be having 2 airstrikes on Cuban air bases, and a 1,400-man invasion force will disembark under the cover of darkness and launch a surprise attack. Simultaneously, a smaller force will land on the East Coast to create confusion. That's where we come in. Listen, guys, we can cut off our arms and our legs, spot them 10,000 men, and still blow them back to the Stone Age. This is going to be a cakewalk. Let's go.
Let's go, boys.
Yeah,
Let's
jihad!
go.
Do for all.
Go, go.
Chief Keith? Tell Sarah. Tell her to win her softball games.
Mr. President, on this occasion of your birthday, this lovely lady is not only punctilious, but punctual. Mr. President, Marilyn Monroe.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
The United States' answer to what Adlai Stevenson termed Soviet blackmail in Cuba was a quarantine of all offensive weapons being shipped from Russia to that island fortress.
Fucking Cubans. Mr. President?
Sit.
Sorry, sir.
So what's the situation?
Sir, the Soviets have missiles in Cuba.
And I didn't know about this?
I'm sorry, sir, we just found out.
Think it's a good time now?
You're one of the first to know, sir.
Better be.
We told you as quickly as we could. They're moving more missiles into Cuba as we speak.
So what are we gonna do about this?
Well, sir, one option would be to nuke them.
Start World War III? That's a real good idea.
Okay. Would you prefer that we just did nothing?
And look like pussies? Think America's a pussy country?
Then, sir, I don't know what we should do.
Why don't we think of something good?
Well, sir, we could get Lieutenant Keith Woods on this.
You do know he was killed at the Bay of Pigs invasion. God rest his soul. Oh, Marilyn. Oh, happy birthday to me. Yeah, girl.
Jackie, don't stop. Oh, that'll be your first lady.
I've got it.
Yes, sir.
I've got it.
What?
All right, listen, we'll cut a deal with the Soviets. They take their missiles off of Cuba. We take our nukes out of Turkey. To the American people, it looks like we just got the missiles off. They don't have to know about all these back-channel negotiations. Also, we'll promise that we won't invade Cuba again, but we don't listen to our promises anyway, so who cares?
Excellent idea, sir. That's why you're the president.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
All right, I think Lee Harvey Oswald killed him. I mean, why would we have to doubt the government? They've never lied to us before. They're just out there to protect us, right?
I heard a shot, and then I docked down with everybody. I heard this. It was almost like slow motion. I was there in the grass, and I saw JFK raising his hand after seeing this spray of red. I saw a piece of something roll on the back of the car. Mrs. Kennedy reached out for it. I don't know. It came from the northeast corner of where I was.
Well, it was clearly LBJ. As you see now, he is president. He planted the assassin to kill JFK so that he could become president. He had the most to gain from this situation, and afterwards he even forged a warrant report to cover himself up. The president is a murderer.
It was definitely that girl, that whore, that he was associating around with. Marilyn Monroe.
Who do I think killed Kennedy? Well, I mean, there's a lot of theories out there. I don't really know. I mean, obviously it's a great loss. He was a great president, but maybe it's for the better. He was a great president, but now we have a really great president. I think I'm going to do a great job, and I'm really happy for this. I mean, obviously, great tragedy for everyone involved, but I'm really happy for this opportunity, and I think I'm going to do a really good job.
Why do you think the mafia did it? You're accusing the mafia of killing JFK? We have a game for killing the mafia.
Sir,
mafia.
No one's accusing the mafia.
You're still saying this. The mafia got a game for killing JFK. What are you talking about, man?
Sir, are you in the mafia?
Yeah, but the mafia's not going to kill JFK.
Al-Qaeda will take responsibility for the assassination of JFK. He was a dirty Catholic, and I want my 72 virgins.
Well, I don't really know much about JFK or his policies or something like that, but all I know is late Sunday evening, when the president was supposed to be in town, I walked out of my house, go down to the general store, and I saw the president. I'm like, oh, damn, that's cool. The president's in town. All right, and then there was like a commotion. What's going on? Someone said, someone thinks the president's been shot. Now, I don't know, I didn't see that much, but what I did see was Jackie. She looked like she was trying to get out of that limo as fast as possible. Now, I don't know about you, but if your husband gets shot, you're gonna run away from that. So that's a little suspicious. So I think that she had like a gun in her handbag, because like people saying this guy made the shot from the window. No, that story is complete bull, absolutely not. I mean, I served in the military for 3 years, ain't no way anyone can make that shot. So what I think happened, she had like a gun in her handbag, right? Like he was waving with the crowd, right? She was like, oh, pop, yeah, oh, bam, brain baseball, all right. So, and then that's why she tried to get out of the car, because your husband gets shot, you're gonna run away from that, you didn't want to stay with him. But no, she's guilty. Because what happened was, a couple of weeks before, we heard about this Marilyn Monroe incident. She knew about that. She saw him and her in the White House. So she was like, oh, you're gonna go with Marilyn Monroe? That's okay. I'm gonna bust in your brain.
Well, who do I think killed JFK? Well, we know one thing, that it was impossible for a human being to get 3 shots off that fast. So if it's impossible for a human being, aliens!
Who shot JFK? Where do I begin? 1988, Guantanamo Bay, young man comes in, greets me, we give him a hug. Lieutenant Keith Woods. I knew him by the name Baby J. He was my neighbor, my friend, all throughout the war. 87, the Rangers won, 92, Chess was born. I went over to Keith's house and he said, I did it. I killed John. And I said, Keith, baby, talk to me, baby. Help a brother out. And I said, hey, what's done is done.
Inspiration, a beacon of hope.
A beacon of hope.
A beacon of hope. And as president, that sounds like George Bush now.
Couldn't get the button, dude.
Don't worry about it.
I should know. Who do I think killed JFK? Well, we know that. Okay. Who do I think killed JFK? Well, we know one thing, that it was impossible for a human being to get off 3 shots that fast. So it's...
I'm just gonna...
You're ready.
Who shot JFK? Where do I begin?
I have to leave. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna leave because I can't do it. There's no way.
You guys can post it.
I'm gonna leave. I can't. Okay, I'm just gonna stay in the corner.
You gotta get out of here.
Okay.
Who shot JFK? Where do I begin? When the shot happened, when the shot happened, I was in the greenery past the White House, and it's all a bit fuzzy, but the thing that happened was. Oh, baby, don't stop those. I can't do it. Okay, hold on. Who shot JFK? It's all a bit fuzzy to me now, but when I look back at it, it was a good day. It really was, because I knew the guy that actually did it. He was a lieutenant. We go way back. Guantanamo Bay, 1985, 89, the Rangers won.
You had to say Guantanamo Bay. You had to say that. You had to say that.
Who shot JFK? It's all a bit fuzzy to me now, but when I look back at it, yeah, I do know who did it, and yeah, I will prove it. Come at me. We go back 1985, Guantanamo Bay. It might have been 86. 87, the Rangers won. Tess was born 92. Stop! Who shot JFK? It's all a bit fuzzy. Where do I begin? Well, the day that the shot was taken, I will end you. The thing that happened was, I was across from the bay, and I don't know, Keith Woods, you're the mountain man.